What do you want?
What do you want? That's just what it said.
That is just what it fucking said. But it was what the hell do you want when I had it in there. Yeah, don't ever release. You will. 14. 16. 17. 18. 19. Like you.
It knows it's being videotaped now.
It does.
Yep.
Sure.
Well, you know, it's like, well, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
Nothing.
I'm talking to that thing. Oh, well, I'd be afraid of that too. It totally knows something's going on.
Yep. It'll go.
Of course. You're just being an asshole. You're being an asshole.
Me?
The thing. The skeleton is being an asshole. Doesn't want to do anything. Wow.
You heard what it said.
And I got it on video. Do it again. Do it again, you little asshole. And all we're doing is pressing a button, and this thing is not wanting to work. Come on. What do you want? You want us to leave you alone? Then tell us. Tell us. Wow.
That right after the statement.
Yeah.
Right after the statement.
What are you afraid of? You afraid of us recognizing you? We're right here, we see
Said
you.
no.
Well then, perform for us.
No.
stopping you now? Come on, don't be afraid. Are we pissing you off or something? Do you want us to piss you off? Well, then show us. Huh. Wow. Well, can you tell us, what do we want? What do you want? Well, no, what do you want? Well, there's a lot of no's in there.
Yep.
Well. Wow. Do you want to be in this house? Do you like being in this house? Do you want to be tossed out? Wow.
But,
Yeah, well,
no matter what you do, it doesn't help.
what do we want? We want you to tell us what you want.
Who?
What does that mean? Well, what does that mean? Ooh, what?
Totally different from before, Patty.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
I lied.
No,
Did
you
I
didn't
fucking lie?
No, you didn't lie. Well, I guess what we want is to know what do you want? What do you want?
You?
Are you
Said you.
Are you saying you? What if I don't want you to have me? Okay, this is on
You fucking heard it.
it's on tape.
You fucking heard it.
It's on tape. Yeah, that thing is not right. Wow.
It was not saying you. It was saying what? It wasn't saying you.
Do?
Now it is saying you. When you asked it a question.
Yeah. Yeah. And just so you know, yeah. Well, okay, whatever is in this little dummy, you need to like leave because we don't want you here.
I don't know. It never went that far. It never went that far. You see me.
I'm taping it. I am taping this.
You're gone. Yeah, you're gone. Gone.
Oh my God. Stefan unplugged it. I'm turning this off now.
Uh, 2:06. Just like in Silent Hill Homecoming. Okay. We're getting into business. We getting into business. They thought we weren't getting into business. They didn't even fucking know. They didn't know. And they wanted to so bad. Oh, they wanted to know. But now, they're just going to be forced to know that we're getting into business. La 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 la. That was pretty spooky, wasn't it? Did it scare you? Did you get scared by that video? If you got scared by that video, leave a like in the comments. Wah, 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 wah. Ah. It's getting closer to my curtains coming here, man. Curtains coming soon, huh? Oh, fuck, really? What do you mean? There you go. Did a little bit of juice out of it for now, I suppose. What do you mean it won't keep charging? You fucking piece of shit. Oh. Hold the charge. What? That's nuts. Stupid. I don't think I have one for, that is about. Nope. God. Pretty fucking scary. Wow. Fucking what? Oh. Yeah, so I got out of class. I got home from class at like fucking 9:30 or so. And I was like, man, you didn't eat food since like 2 o'clock. So I decided to get myself a couple burgers. I didn't know that Buffalo Wild Things has like I think they call it a ghost kitchen. I don't fucking know. But they just make like delicious burgers. Delicious burgers. Got myself a delicious burger. Buffalo Wild Wings Burger Ghost Kitchen. I got two. I told myself, I say, yo, you can't have a couple burgers without getting a pack of smokes. So I went to the gas station to get some smokes. And on my way there, there's just a dude lying on the ground. And there's like flies buzzing around him, his mouth is open. I'm like, you don't see that every fucking day. Fucking keeled over. I was like, is that a person? I'm walking up like, is that a fucking dude? And then I get closer and I'm like, sure as shit is a dude, and his body's just like fucking on the sidewalk. Just mangled, proportioned in a strange position, and I'm like, oh, that's wild, there's a dead dude here. And I don't know, I walked up, I got a real good close look at him, and his mouth was just open, he was just fucking sitting there, flies buzzing around him, on top of him and shit, and I was like, that's nuts. So then I got my cigarettes. I went to the gas station, I got my cigarettes, and this girl walked in, she just had a bikini top on. You know, this is the great thing about Florida. You live in Florida, you got Latinas. Ooh, yeah. Latina mama comes in with some fucking tiny triangle fucking titty bikini on. She got tits like this big. And I'm getting my cigarettes, and then I leave, and then I go look at the dead guy again on my way back, because, you know, he's on the sidewalk in between where I live and at the gas station, so it's like, damn. People just fucking ODing and dying on the sidewalk these days. Nuts. Then I got back. I lit myself a cigarette. Smoked my cigarette. And then my burgers arrived. I don't give the people a big tip. Fuck that. They wanted me to leave like an $8 tip. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not leaving a 20% tip. Bullshit. I got food. I'm going to the restaurant to get the fucking food. You know, the dude, he's delivering food. This is probably like his second job or something. And there's I live a $3.33 tip. Not because I'm a dick, but because it's just a fun number. I'm getting my burgers. One of them was like a jalapeno and mushroom. I got some grilled onions on that too, because it's free. I'm going to add as much free shit that I can that doesn't contrast the flavor. And grilled mushrooms and grilled onions and grilled jalapenos. There's something like picanto. It wasn't like picanto. It was like some sort of weird fucking red jalapeno shit. But it was pretty fucking bomb. I was like mouth-watering going through the DoorDash, which is a problem. I had a DoorDash account before and I deleted it because like I have plenty of fucking food at home. But I wanted a burger. And then I got the other one with just a, you know, plain old Americana. And I got that with Swiss because I'm an OG. And they have guac. You get free guac on the burger. So I got guac and jalapenos and bacon jam. Very tasty. You see, the secret to a good burger is you want the burger to be good without loading it with additional flavors from condiments. If you can have a burger that tastes good just because of the savoriness of the beef. I mean, it's a butter cooked burger, so it's like, they're not using oil and shit. They're using butter. So yeah, got that. It's pretty fucking good. I got like an episode and a half of Trigun left. I think Millie could definitely get it. Oh, she's tall, she's strong, she's nice, she's fun. Merle's a bitch. Not to sound like an anime otaku loser. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Some of those animes are fun to watch, but sometimes they got some very beloved characters that have perfectly designed personalities. And Millie is one of them. Fuck. Tall Amazonian with a good heart. That's the problem, man. You don't meet fucking nice people in real life. Fuck. Everybody I meet's fucking stuck-up asshole or a bitch. They all want to be number one, but they're like self-conscious about what they have, but they're still pricks to people and try to make them feel self-conscious. And that's my biggest fucking thing I hate about people is that they're mean and they're rude to people, but they're mean and rude to themselves first. I'm happy I got all my assignments done until the 18th. I got like a couple more things to do with Adobe Photoshop. And one of them it's like I already know how to do layered. PixArt is the closest thing I would say to a mobile Adobe Photoshop, and I really like it because it has great features for free. But on top of that, you can get so much more out of it. You get a little paid subscription of it. So I got like a couple more things to do, and then I'll be fucking caught up because I don't know, I have the same teacher in the same room for 2 different classes, but they're close enough to what I'll be doing. One of them is a re-recording class, and the other one's a Foley class. And Foley is like sound effects and film and shit and TV. Like a rustling of a chain or footsteps or, someone lighting a lighter, And what happens is the film is, they record the dialogue and then, I don't know. It's crazy how they do the films. They'll have like people just move their mouths and shit. I mean, obviously they're talking for the proper movements, but the film that they get is silent, and then they do the voiceovers and they do the dialogue separately in a booth. That's why it's like, you'll be able to have New York City and like Avengers 33 or whatever the fuck's going on right now with Avengers bullshit. And I fucking hate that when someone's like, oh, you see a new Avengers movie? And like, no. I don't really watch too much movies or TV. Like, I just talked about anime, but it's like, this is anime from the 90s. This is a huge difference. Anime from the 90s is not gay and annoying and filled with like sexualization of children. It's just like cool characters smoking cigarettes and fighting bad guys. And they have like bass guitar and shit. So 90s anime is like God tier. And then I would say like 2000s to early 2010 anime is pretty decent. But then it starts getting too creepy. And it's like, I don't know, you'll be sitting there in the class and you'll be figuring out all this cool shit about how film and video and television and all that shit and podcast work and how to edit them and how to like actually do things that are required, because everybody wants to be a major artist. Everybody wants to do all this crap. But they don't understand chasing a music career when you don't already have money is fucking impossible sometimes, especially these days, because you got a million people that want to go to California to make it big as a musician, and they go there, and then they meet a million other people that are all doing the same genres and shit, and then it's like the real people that make like good music are the ones that fucking OD and die. So it's nice to get an angle of, you know, sound and audio control that goes beyond just working in the studio. Because I got studio experience now, I got film and television and podcast experience. So, you know, the re-recording is you're taking, it's basically like mastering and stuff of the production audio that you'll receive, and they just want it cleaned up and shit, so I can do all that now. And I don't know, the more I get done, the more avenues I can find as a career. And the last semester I took 5 classes. Right now I'm taking 4 during the summer, but it's my intention to finish this degree. I got like 8 more classes. That's including like electives and shit, I think. I got 8 more classes until I got all the electives and all the degree track done, and then I'll have, you know, the sound production. And that's cool, you know, because I'm already a Pro Tools certified audio technician now, and that's like something I wasn't before. And you know, you just give money to the state. So now I have the ability of telling people, "Oh yeah, I'm Pro Tools certified," and they're like, "Fuck yeah!" And that's cool. I always had people like talk down to me because I used Mixcraft, but it's like I used the assets I had at hand. I didn't really feel like spending $55 a month to get a Pro Tools subscription. And it's like I'll hear some clown tell me that they bought Pro Tools outright. I'm like, I don't believe that you spent fucking $2,500 in Pro Tools. Don't be a liar. Don't be a bitch. I meet so many people that use Boost Collective to boost their music, and they'll have like one song that has an uncanny amount of listens, and then the rest of their music will have like nothing. And I've never used any of that crap. I just like release music. It's like Oblivion remaster. It just like shows up sometimes. And you know, people listen to my music and they'll comment and they'll say, "Oh, this is cool." They'll go to Facebook and message me when I had a Facebook, because I deleted my Facebook a while ago because I don't know. I feel like too much social media is just a fucking problem. I don't want to be on my phone. I have fond memories of growing up and not always being on a fucking phone glued to a screen. And it'll be tough because I'll be watching like stupid video after stupid video after stupid video. Then it's 3 o'clock in the morning on Instagram because there's just funny fucking shit. Sometimes I laugh my ass off in bed. I laugh so hard that I start crying. It's, you know, that's always fun, I guess. But when people are telling me that they, you know, hey, this is cool. There's been plenty of times where I've almost broke down under pressure and just like stopped doing what I was doing. But it's nice to see that I'm listened to in 123 countries. That's really cool. And all I have to do is just keep releasing music, and then I'll get more listens. And that's cool. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I have the tools to navigate the sound and audio, you know, career field a little bit deeper. And I tell people I want to have a studio, but I really don't want to have a studio. I had someone tell me I couldn't rap, so I made a rap track. I had someone tell me that I couldn't do music, vocal shit, and I should just stick to instrumental and ambient stuff. So I made, my vocal shit. It's passionate. It's more passionate to get vocals, like lyrics and shit that you write and try to perfect, and you just keep recording them over and over again, because like playlisting's cool, but like I don't know, for the longest time I'll just do something, and if I don't like how it sounds mid-second, I'll say fuck, and I'll delete what I got and start over. And I do my best not to do segments like verse and then the chorus, and verse chorus. I like to sometimes do the whole thing in just one record. So it's like, I'll be a little winded because I'll be fucking doing lyrics for fucking 3 minutes. But I have the ability to remove breaths, and I have the ability to remaster music and shit now. So that's what's cool. I've learned a lot about how to manipulate sound that already exists and remove all the crappy bits that you don't like, and then render that. You render the audio, and then it just sounds a lot better because you removed all the fuzz and all the clicks and all that. I mean, if you listen to music like Nine Inch Nails and he does Hurt, he's like gasping every few fucking words because it's supposed to be an emotionally impactful thing. So I can understand where it's like certain songs and shit, you don't want to have that crap. You don't want to have mouth sounds or crap. But I don't know. I've come a long way from just not using any. Like, I used to make music on a Chromebook, and I would just put in my headphones and try to have as quiet as a room as possible, and then I would just like noise cancel as much as I could inside the DAW. And I didn't know like anything about proper balancing and EQ, and I'd had people tell me, "Oh, you want it as loud as possible. You want those meters to be red." I had people like intentionally sabotage like any kind of art that I was making, and then I realized that like peaking. I learned about peaking. I should have fucking known that peaking audio sounds like shit when it's played back on any kind of fucking playback system. So then I tried to get below the yellow. That was my goal, is I always try to get below the yellow. But now, like, I'm professionally trained to be just below the yellow, and then that like kind of like lime green zone. And you EQ the instruments the best to your degree. You EQ everything. You EQ the vocals, and I don't know. I love putting reverb on drums and shit. Sometimes it's cool to put a little bit of distortion on the lyrics so it sounds haunted and spooky. But now that I have all this experience of doing like other career paths, it's really broadened my horizons and what I can accomplish with this shit. And it's my intention that after I finish the sound degree, there's like 1 year of just like 3 semesters of film, and I want to tackle that next year. I want to do the film, because the film will give me the Pro Tools for film. Like, I got Pro Tools for sound and like audio and podcasts and movies and shit. But I don't have the Pro Tools class specifically for film, because I got all these assholes that go to Full Sail Academy and they'll graduate in a year and they'll just take like a bunch of 1-month courses. But I don't know if they're getting as good as an education as me. That's like, they're paying a shit ton of money to go to Full Sail, and they take like like 4 classes in a month or something like that. But I don't know how good of an education that is, because I got 3 months of meeting in person and doing the work and having someone lecture, and I don't know. Then you go to start college when you're 20 and then you finish it when you're 21. It just doesn't make sense. So I want to do the film next, because they're telling me that they use Pro Tools, so it'd be cool to get all that film crap out of the way, because then I can tell people that I have directing experience, because they teach you directing of the actors and directing of the camera controls and all that crap. They teach you how to handle a camera and how to, use a boom and use all that crap and not have it in the fucking set. You have shotgun mics and all that crap. So that's cool. That's all cool shit. It's technically a trade school portion of just like a community college, but it doesn't really fucking matter. I got, I think, a 2.9 GPA. And out of 4, I don't think a 2.9 GPA is that bad. Last time I was in college, I skipped a bunch of classes, so I had like a 2.54 GPA or a 2.53 GPA before. But right now it's like a 2.92. So I can't really feel like I'm a dumbass because I don't have a 3 or a fucking 4 GPA. In fact, I think for military standards, you only need a 2 GPA. But, I constantly remind myself that I'm not a dumbass, that I'm intelligent, because it's hard. It's hard to face the facts that I'm not a fucking mental case just because I feel like one sometimes. And I live in a world of so many judgmental people that don't even try to lift a finger. They don't even try to put in the effort to better themselves. They'll just bare minimum everything until they're in their 30s and 40s, and then they just have kids. And I don't want to just move into like my family's house. I want to have like my own life, because there's so much. That's what I've always been about. I've always wanted to prove that I can accomplish shit on my own. Like, I got this apartment all on my fucking own. I called them up. I called all the apartments in the area. I was like, no, a bunch of them didn't have anything, but this one specifically had like a huge balcony, and the walls are pretty solid, so the noise, the noise floor or whatever, the sound floor or whatever the fuck you want to call it, is not that bad. It's actually really fucking good. Sometimes I can hear my neighbors fucking screaming, but you're screaming. It's not going to be that difficult to not hear people screaming when they're right next to you and the building right next door. But besides that, everything's pretty chill. I like this apartment. I've always accomplished things my own, but I reflect upon myself in a poor light a little bit more than I should. I don't think it's necessary to fucking hate yourself. And I don't hate myself. It's just, I can't fit in with a lot of people. I don't know how to really communicate with like happy-go-lucky people, because I don't feel like I'm at their level anymore. I've experienced too much life at my age, and I'm not that old, but I've experienced horrors that a lot of people haven't. And so it's like, I do my best to normalize that I am insane, constantly going insane, and I'm just doing my best to kind of just like roll with it. I always love telling the story that I used to work 2 hours away from my apartment back in the day. And I would drive 2 hours to work a 10-hour shift, and drive 2 hours back 4 days a week. And one day in the winter, someone cut off one of those hauling things that, the tow trailers that have the cranes and shit, and I had like a backhoe fall probably like 6 inches, like 8 inches away from me on the highway, because the truck fucking, get in front of the truck to cut out this big truck, and I almost died, but I just kept going to work. I was already on my way. What am I gonna do? Hey, I almost fucking died. I can't come to work today. So what did I do in response to almost dying on the highway multiple times? Did my best to have wheel control, and I just smoked a cigarette and played some music I liked, and then I showed up to work. So it's like, I don't know. I really can't explain to many people what it's like to sit in a room and have someone knock on the door and then walk in and then fucking murder your roommate in front of you. I don't know how to normalize that. I don't know how to normalize conversation about your roommate kills himself in the middle of the night because their daughter says they never want to talk to them again. So your roommate fucking kills himself, and you gotta wake up to that. I don't know how to have that kind of conversation with people. I don't know how to have that kind of conversation, let alone with a therapist. And I understand enough about psychology because I went to school for psychology that I feel like I do a better job at, self-counseling than I would ever get from a counselor at this point. I always tried therapy when I was younger. I was like 16 talking to a fucking counselor, and they were asking me about football and shit. And it's like, what the fuck does that have to do with me? I don't know. I was kind of a troubled youth because I was rebellious, because I was a fucking boy. I was a boy growing up with flip phones and being a klepto and having a bunch of degenerate friends because we're all just a bunch of assholes. We liked Jackass, and we liked Call of Duty, and we liked fucking Halo, and we liked, trash talking people back in the day when you could trash talk the other team. You could just talk shit to them. Like, those were the days when it was just open mic lobbies and you could just trash talk the other team. And then now you can only talk to your team. So it's a big social divide that I don't know if they really have that many games. I don't really play that many online shooters, honestly. But I think now it's just like you can only talk to your own team. So growing up, being able to, throw a plasma grenade at someone and then fucking kill them, and then you trash talk them, and you're like 11 playing Halo. I understand what it's like now when you go in a lobby and you hear some kid talking shit, because I was that kid. I don't fucking say anything, I'm not there to fucking make fun of fucking kids that are making fun of people in fucking video games. It's all just people talking shit. It's cool, I guess. Call of Duty and all that shit just got a little dumb. People kept hacking it and turned into people cheating and pay to win, shit. So I stopped. Grand Theft Auto 5 was cool when it started in 2013, or 2009, I forget when. But it's like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I started seeing all the pay to win and Mega Shock cards and all that crap. I stopped caring to play a game where I would just get spawn killed a million times. So I play my single player games, my story games, my scary games, my platformers. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with playing my single player games, honestly. But like I said, I don't know how to have a normal conversation with anybody anymore because, everybody's just talking about, the current music or the current political shit. But they're not talking about politics. They're talking about events that are going on in other countries. And it's like, I don't know. I just see that a lot of people are fucking stupid and know shit about politics. So I try not to have conversations about politics or religion with people because I know people that know nothing about Christianity and they're celebrating like on in holy days that aren't actually like they're not even Abrahamic holy days from back in the day. These are like traditions that like Judaism and shit. Like they don't even fucking know the Bible. They just preach it. And it's like, I've always been someone that's been interested about knowledge, especially about faith and religion. Because I'm one of those polytheistic assholes. I like to connect the dots. So I'm just around a bunch of fucking people that call themselves Christians these days, and they're the most horrible people, and they lie, and they cheat, and they steal, and they talk shit. And it's like, I don't know. I don't like being in a world where everyone's fake as fuck. I don't like being in a world where everything sucks. I don't like being in a world where everyone's being indoctrinated around me. And I hate that. I want to just fucking have a barbecue with my neighbors. I can't have barbecue with my neighbors. I gotta knock on my neighbor's door and they get angry. My neighbor next to me, he moved out. My neighbor downstairs, him and his girlfriend got in some bullshit, and now he's not there. And everyone's either moving out or moving in. But I'm able to pay the rent. No fucking problem. And so I am stuck comfortably where I'm at. And I wouldn't say stuck, I'm planted here. I'm planted where I want to be. And it's a good setup. It's close to the school, close to downtown. I'm like 7-minute drive from downtown. But, I'm a little too hard on myself because I have so much wisdom and experience that I can't translate to normal people. And it sucks that I feel like I'm some social outcast because I was homeless in the past and I understand, infidelity. I understand someone not telling you they have a boyfriend and you having sex with them, but then they're texting their boyfriend like 5 minutes later. I've been through that plenty of times that I felt like just a meat puppet. I just feel like people fuck me as an object. So I wouldn't even say I understand how women feel. I understand what it means to just, be a handsome, funny guy that people want to fuck. But they don't want to, like, go on cute dates and have picnics and shit. And it's like, fuck. I feel like guts. Entirely. I just feel like a barbaric. Like, that's why it's like I finally watched Berserk. Enough people said, hey, you fucking dumbass, watch the original. So I watched the original, and it is peak. It is amazing. The original, the animation style is so much better than this fucking glossy bullshit that the new one got. The new one just happens to go deeper in the story. And that's cool that it progresses past the original arc and goes a little bit deeper into the Black Swordsman. But I understand what it means to have such loss and to have such rage and have a vengeful mind. I understand what it means to actually mourn to the point that sometimes I feel a little fucking broken. Like I'm sociopathic, broken empath that's doing their best to keep themselves glued together at the seams with like the gold hemming upon my jade base. And I don't know, I feel lonely because everybody I meet is so wholesome, or they're an asshole. I either meet wholesome and innocent or asshole and full of shit. And it's like, it's tough. It's tough that I love talking to people, but everyone's an introvert now. Everyone's fucking introverted and they're shy and they're like, they have like a problem socializing. So I have a problem living in this broken world of people that are like afraid to talk. I have this problem living in this world where people are afraid to communicate and to do stuff together. And there's plenty of people that do stuff together. But there's plenty of people that do stuff together as well, and then they stab each other in the back and they fuck each other over and they cheat and do all kinds of stuff, and there's drugs, and you know they'll get free drugs for sex. So you never know, your girl's actually just fucking cheating on you so she can get, you know, a few bumps of coke, a little bit of meth, a little bit of heroin. So I've seen the harrowing side that a lot of people are weak and they'll just align with whatever perception of what they believe is the strongest in the room. It's like, I don't want to be fucking hard on people. I don't want to be defensive, offensive mode, growing like a beast at everybody I meet. I just want to be chill. I want to be a chill guy. I was born near the dog. I want to be that chill guy. I want to be that dog. I want to show up. But it's tough. You can't. You can't always be the perfect image of what society wants. Because if you try to be the perfect image of what society wants, you're chasing after a non-existent goal. Because society just doesn't want attention. They don't want to fit in. They don't want negative attention more than fitting in. And I want to have fun and enjoy my life more than fitting in. And it's, you know, people are fucking terrified of me because you can't just be nice anymore. You can't just be kind and communicative and want to talk to your coworkers. They get scared of you if you want to talk to them. And, you know, oh, you're not doing that weird warm-up thing where you're quiet until people talk to you. Like, you know, I try my best not to talk to some of my coworkers that fucking suck at some of the jobs I've had, but I always open up, and then they'll just call me crazy. But these are people that are like, get drunk and crash their car. These are people that are like, you know, they come to work hungover. These are people that are simping over a girl that wants nothing to do for them. And a lot of my friends follow OnlyFans models and shit on Instagram and all that. So it's like, I've gotten down to a harrowing discovery that temptation and boredom go hand in hand, and a lot of people can't face the temptation of their boredoms. So they'll have a girlfriend or a wife and a family, and they're still watching girls shake their ass and tits. And it's a huge dilemma I have that, like, oh, I love ass and tits, but it's, you know, I don't make it a goal of mine to follow a bunch of ass and titty pages. There's no reason for me to succumb myself to filth constantly, to try to feel normal and masculine, is that I have to watch bikini girls drinking beer. It's not that, like, yeah, I saw a big titty girl earlier. I saw a big titty girl earlier at the gas station. Of course, I looked at her big tits, but it's like, you know, then I just got my cigarettes and left. You're going to walk around with your fat fucking tits walking around, hanging out. You can't, you know, everyone can see them. I don't feel bad about looking at tits if they're hanging out. So, but I don't make it a goal. Like, my Instagram Discover page is like Wolf Wednesday, stupidity, a bunch of wolves. It's Wolf Wednesday. A bunch of Berserk and Devil May Cry and Dark Souls and funny cats and shit. And it's like, a lot of my friends are ashamed of the fact that you open up and it's just like ass and tits shaking. So, but it's like, that's the shit they like. My algorithm is really nice. You know, my algorithm is fair. You know, it doesn't make me feel like a sinful man. And I don't want to feel like a disgusting, lustful, sinful man. So I don't try to do disgusting, lustful, sinful things. I don't like porn because, a few years ago, 2 years ago, I did a bunch of acid and watched porn, and I just watched it. And the way that it was framed, the way that they do their nails, the way that they do their makeup, is when you're on acid tripping out, the way that they do their nails and makeup, they look like demon succubus. And you gotta wonder, the porn industry is like torturing these women and paying them like one share of $30,000 for the whole year, which is not that much money, but it looks appealing all up front. That's like 2/5 of like the average American's take home salary. Because a lot of people don't understand that like $80,000 or less is the average American household income. So you'll have these girls that are getting railed and they'll make these weird faces and shit. I'm watching the porn on acid. And I'm seeing these like demonic faces and the way that they move, because it's like a different speed. It's a different world. You're in the demon world when you're on acid. And I'd say I don't want to be on mushrooms because mushrooms don't last as long. And it may be a spiritual adventure, but it's not the spiritual adventure I'm looking for. I want to go to the demon world and just like chill and understand all the evils that go alongside the fractals. Because you do acid, you see the demon world, and you see the world that you'd be on the mushrooms. In fact, I've done mushrooms and acid at the same time. I have completely tanked my mind doing drugs, just for the perspective of how music would sound, how food would be, how it would taste. It makes sex awesome. And I don't know, I got a little freaked out when I was watching porn on acid. And then, of course, like, the evil internet wants to send you all the AI-generated porn once you're fucked up. So I was just on the treasure trove of understanding that porn really is satanic, because I was just sitting there like a movie theater watching it while on acid, like, whoa, this is pretty evil looking. I've understood the fundamentals of how humanity works socially to such an extent that I've realized not everyone's strong, but a lot of people can manipulate. And social manipulation is how people keep other people weak. So I just dwell in this understanding of knowing that everyone's trying to get in each other's heads these days. And I'm like nearly impervious to someone trying to get in my head and fuck with me, even when I'm drunk and on drugs. Is I can see the faces they're making, like the quivers and the curls of their fucking grin, and the words they use, that they're just trying to get in your fucking head. So I just lose a lot of faith in people I meet, because you meet a lot of people that just want to get in your head and they suck, and they tell you they're suicidal 4 days in a row and they don't kill themselves, and you don't want them to kill themselves, but you can't be a grown adult with people your same age acting like teenagers anymore. I don't want to talk to someone that's my age talking like a whiny teenager. So I just, developmentally, I'm goofy, I'm rambunctious, but I'm mature. I am a mature guy. I'm just fun-loving and enjoy having, I enjoy enjoying myself. But I'm not immature. I'm just a child at heart, I'd say. And I meet people that fucking lie. And I think that lying is a sign of weakness, and I think that lying is a sign of immaturity. You can't make sacred communions with your friends and, romantic partners if you're going to lie and be arrogant and put them down and try to get in their heads. You can't have a good bond with someone if you're not actually trying to be authentic with them. And I've been criticized by people I've met because of my vulnerability, but it's like, what are you going to do? Make fun of me? Fuck. I have been through more than fucking 1/3 of the Gen Z and the fucking millennials that I deal with. So I don't want to feel like I have to, like, call it arrogance, but I don't think I have to stoop to the level of even caring about the perception of someone has of me if they've done nothing with their life. So I just get a little fucking bummed out that, you know, I feel like a monster because I live in a world of people that are just assholes and childish because they've never watched someone get their head blown off next to them. They've never had blood and gray matter land on them. They've never beaten people. They've never been jumped. They've never jumped somebody. You know, getting jumped was realizing that they never got me on the ground when they jumped me. I was standing up like a mountain. I was angry. I was like, why are you doing me wrong? I was just helping my buddy move furniture from his friend's apartment into his apartment. And now all of a sudden I owe you money? I never fucking owe people money. I give them, if I buy drugs or something from someone, I give them the money up front. Because I don't like to front people. I'm not trying to hide from people and get a project from them and run away like a loser baby. I will go up to them like the strong European businessman that I am, and I'll give them my money and I'll get my drugs. So owing someone $50 is just out of pocket. That doesn't fucking happen with me. I don't owe people money. People usually owe me money. And I'll hunt them down. Even if it's $20, I'll hunt them down to the Econo Lodge they're in and they'll give me my money. If you can spend $900 on drugs, you can spend $20 to give me back the money you owe me. Oh, you needed tobacco and you needed fucking, you know, Zen tubes so you could put your tobacco in. So I gave you the money so you could enjoy yourself, and then you're just going to run away and make fun of me? I'm going to find you. People, if I hear people like you're talking shit about me saying, oh, I got money from him, we're not going to give it back. I'm going to find you and let you understand that I will go to the extent of setting myself on fire to instill fear in someone. And I've done it. I will set myself on fire and chase after someone. Because I'm not on the same level of a normal human anymore. I'm not on the same level of a rational man. You know, Jordan Peterson said, oh, you're going to be the monster. I am a fucking monster. Not many men will set themselves on fire and chase after people with a fucking katana. Like a demon. You know, they won't do that. But, you know, I've learned the hard way how durable of a human I am through the experiences and how powerful my fucking mind is when it comes to dealing with intense emotion or grief or like dangerous, serious situations. I got a quick, responsive mind. I'm like a fucking machine. I hate myself because I'm like a robot. I think so fucking fast from all the drugs they fucked me up with when I was a kid and all the drugs I decided to voluntarily do as an adult. So I think so fast that sometimes I just get lost in time and I don't really know how much time is going by. Like 2 minutes will go by and I'll feel like it's 10. And, you know, everyone at work, oh, you move too fast. You move too fast. I'm like, fuck you. You move slow. Move at a pace as an efficient worker. Don't move as a pace as like some slacker. Move with me at my pace. I mean, I don't look like some super strong ripped dude, but neither did Bruce Lee. Fuck. And it's just a fucking social thing. I want to find my place with people, but I can't find my people. It's tough for me to find my people. And I want to awaken some level of maturity and wisdom in people that I meet that are younger than me that I could like bestow my knowledge and experiences to. But it's not easy. It's not easy to bestow your knowledge and experience to people because people need to experience it themselves. And that's the sickest thing is you'll watch people fucking go through hell and you try to advise them and they don't want to listen. But I gotta piss, so I'm gonna fuck off. Yeah.